Taters in Texas.
Thank you. Yeah, taters and taxes. That's catchy. We're going to do some potato things today, kind of potatoes 101. I'm sure there are a lot more potatoes, like, different kinds than what I have, but these are the most popular ones that I use and that you might use too, or that you've already had. Today I'm going to do some boiled, show you how to prep some potatoes to boil. We can make mashed potatoes out of those. We can make potato salad out of those. You can just put butter on them and just eat them like that as a side dish. And then we also have these little bitty yellow skin potatoes. We're going to leave the skins on these. These are a waxy little potato, and I'm going to show you how to roast these, which roasting means to bake something on a sheet pan in the oven. We're going to use this. So we're going to have a pot of boiling water, and we're going to have a sheet pan, and then I also have some of these foil sheets, and I'm going to show you how to wrap a baked potato. For a baked potato, we're just going to use a regular russet potato. This is probably the most popular one that you'll see at the grocery store. These, I'll show you how to peel one too. So I'll probably show you first how to do a baked potato. First, you're going to take your potato. I've washed these. These are really clean. You might have to get a little brush and brush these clean. Just brush the dirt off. And then I'm going to take a little knife and just poke some little holes in it like that. And then I'm going to wrap it in my foil sheet. If you don't have foil sheets, you can just use regular foil. And you put them in the oven, just like that. This is probably the easiest way to make a potato. And then you're going to leave that in there for, check it in about 30 minutes. You'll want to use like an oven mitt or a towel and just give it like a little squeeze. Make sure you cover your hands. Don't reach in there with a bare hand. We're also going to show you, or I'm going to show you how to do a sweet potato. I've already peeled this one a little bit. This is a good thing to have if you're doing potatoes, is a little vegetable peeler. And this is one that you have to be really careful. If you watched last time, we did knife safety. You want to make sure you don't, shave any of your skin off. Keep those knuckles and fingers out of the way when you're peeling. And then you just peel all the skin off of the sweet potato. And a sweet potato, if you've had those really, they're a lot more popular now. Used to you only saw them like at Thanksgiving and stuff, but sweet potatoes are really good roasted. They're a good baked potato too, or you can boil them as well. They're really versatile, and they're really good. They're sweet, so they add a lot of flavor to dishes without having like a lot of fat. They have a lot more sugar in them. So when you get that peeled, I'll show you how to chop it. These are a lot more firm than like a regular potato, so these are a lot harder. So you have to really be careful when you're chopping those up. I'm just going to show you how to dice one. So just cut the ends off. I just cut these little pointy ends off and cut it in half. And then cut those in half again, keeping your fingers out of the way. And that one kind of got stuck in there. Keep your flat side down, and then you'll have like these little pieces, and then you just chop those into little squares. So we're going to chop up a sweet potato. I'm going to put this one, whoops, one got away. I'm going to put this one right on our sheet pan because we're going to roast some of these. Which means cooking in the oven. Roasting is really, really good to have, or to do during the week. Like when you're busy, you can just put your vegetables in the oven, your potatoes, your sweet potatoes, your regular potatoes. You can even add some meat to these or some other vegetables, and have like a really easy weeknight sheet pan roasted veggie dinner. And you can do those smaller. I kind of just did them a little big just to kind of show you how to dice them. And I think I'll show you how to do some of the boiled ones. These I'm going to peel, just like we did the sweet potato. Again, making sure your little knuckles are out of the way. And it's hard not to peel without like the skins flying everywhere, so just have fun with it. You can make a mess in the kitchen, right? So get that all peeled. And you can put or leave the skins on too. We've just had a debate on if we like skins on or off with mashed potatoes. And it just kind of depends on your personal preference. If you want like smashed potatoes, sometimes it's nice to leave the skins on, or if you're in a hurry, just like the sweet potato, I'm dicing these and I'm going to drop them in the water, which I cut in half and then did a few little strips like this, and then I'm going to cut these into little cubes or little squares. And we'll drop them down in the water. Do another one. You just peel with your peeler. If you don't have a peeler, which you really need to have a peeler, you can use a little paring knife and just try not to take very much of the potato. And just kind of in between your index finger and your thumb. But you kind of get too much potato. You can really tell the difference if you use a peeler and then if you use a knife. You know, you kind of waste a lot of your potato that way. But it will work. And then just keep your fingers out of the way and peel your potatoes. Having boiled potatoes is like a really good way. I mean, you can make soup, potato soup. We make a lot of potato soup at our shop. And this is how it starts. Diced potatoes, and boil them in liquid. And then instead of draining them off, we add a thickener and some other ingredients and make soup. So it's a really good technique to know how to dice potatoes. You can make tons of different things. So we'll just do that many. We don't need to do a whole lot of them, but you can use as many or as little as you want. And then we have these little bitty waxy potatoes that are yellow, skins. I'm going to get rid of these. Those in the compost. I'm going to leave the skins on. These have already been washed. They're just a little waxy potato. This other one, these are a lot starchier, so they're really good for like mashed potatoes. These little baby ones are really good. You can boil these or roast these. I'm going to put these on the roasting pan on the other side. I probably wouldn't cook these two together only because these sweet potatoes are going to take a lot longer than these little waxy ones, but I just want to show you how to do it. Some of the bigger ones I'm going to cut in half, but then you can leave a lot of these whole. And I just bought these in a bag at Walmart. I'll show you what they look like. They're called Baby Dutch yellow potatoes. They're so cute. You can roast these, put them in a salad, or you can just roast them and season them. Just have them as a side. They're really, really good. And then we have these red skin potatoes, which these are a good one to leave the skins on too. I like to boil these too for like if you want to put in green beans or even roasted potatoes. They make a really, really good roasted potato too. And then, when your potatoes are boiling, you'll want to season your water too with salt and pepper. I'm just going to throw these on the roasting pan as well. I think that'll be good. I'll show you a good way to season them. Really, all you need is olive oil, salt, and pepper. You can do garlic. Today I've got some rosemary, parsley, some sea salt, need some pepper too. Some pepper would be good. We also have kosher salt. I'm going to use a little olive oil. But what I like to do for roasting, and this is with any of the potatoes. We have our sweet ones here, our red skins, and our little yellow ones. I just drizzle olive oil all over the top. Just like that. And then I just go ahead and put our seasonings on. Like for these, I'm going to use rosemary and some parsley and some sea salt. And then for your sweet potatoes, you can make those sweet, or you can put, I'm going to put a little bit of salt and olive oil on these. But then you can put like brown sugar, and you put some cinnamon. Any of those would be really good if you want to make them sweet, like a roasted sweet potato, like Thanksgiving style. I think a sweetened potato, like with brown sugar and stuff, I automatically think like marshmallows and so good. And then you'll just get your hands in it and like work all of the herbs, all the salt and pepper, and it looks so fancy, but it's so easy. The sweet potatoes are going to get a little bit of herbs on them too. And then this is all you do for roasted potatoes. It's so easy. You just stick that right in the oven just like it is. Maybe check it in like 30 minutes or so. Give it a stir, like maybe move it around just a little bit and then put them back in there until they're done. Sometimes they take up to an hour, just kind of depending. I'm going to go ahead and put these in for baked potato. And I don't have any magic ones already done, but you get the idea. And then with the boiling ones, you just bring these to a boil and let them go about 25 minutes or so. And then I like to keep like a knife or a fork handy, and you just poke them every once in a while to see how they're doing. And then like when they're soft, you just drain them into a colander, which we went over in our first class about kitchen tools. You really need a colander. I should have got a colander out. I'm not sure where one is around here. And then, yeah, with those you can make mashed potatoes. You can make potato salad with those. What are some of the other things we can make with them? Potato soup. So you can do those. Let's see, what else? You can also, like if you want to make faux French fries, or baked French fries, if you want to do them by hand, you can totally do that too. You just cut your potato. I like leaving the skins on. You can totally peel them too. And just cut like these little pieces like this. And then just cut little planks. If you have a little fryer, which you probably don't yet, you can fry these and make your own homemade French fries. Make all kinds of things with potatoes. You can even make pasta with potatoes. Such a versatile ingredient. And then you can, if you have a shredder, you can make, like if you have a grater, like a box grater, you can make hash browns.
I saw where you can make potato candy.
Potato candy? I don't know if I've ever heard of potato candy.
It's an old.
Maybe, yeah, it kind of seems like I have heard of that. And then, you know, how to just can dice, and you can do fried potatoes too. That's always an easy one. That's one that I grew up eating for sure. We had, I think, fried potatoes at every meal. And we pretty much just did them like this, you know, you just diced them. Or sometimes even like, yeah, there's just so many different ways that you can make them. We would do them like this too, like big wedges. This almost looks like apples. But the red ones are really good for, I like them fried even. They're a lot less starchy, so they hold their shape. Unlike, you know, like one of these russet potatoes, they almost will get mushy. They're good to make hash browns out of. And then like these little ones for roasting, boiling. And of course russets, These are probably the one I use the most out of everything because, you know, we do make our potato soup at the shop, so.
Is every russet potato the same?
Well, I mean, I think so. I'm not a potato expert by any means, but, you know, I know there's like Idaho potatoes, you know, I think they're all russet potatoes. I'm not really for sure like where they're all grown and everything. I just know how to cook them, you know. But I know you can do those for breakfast. You can have those for dinners. Um, let's see. There's even a way I've seen not too long ago that someone had them on pizza, and they like just slightly. I think they probably peeled them, but they just cut like these little bitty. What would you even call this? Like little rounds, just really, really thin, just by hand. So you have to really work on your knife skills. Scallop potatoes, you could do the same thing. It's nice if you have like one of the mandolins, like a slicer for those, but you can get them really thin with your knife. Just like this is another way you can do them. And you just chop potatoes all day long. Another good way to do them too, like potato casserole. They're really good if you mix like onions and bell peppers, melted cheese. There it is, pretty much the potato. You can do just about anything with the potato. Add garlic, olive oil, garlic, potatoes, salt and pepper. Dinner's ready. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely.
I think so. I think so.
That looks really awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dusty, for your wonderful presentation
Thank
on
you.
how to cook potatoes.
Thanks for having me.
Please stand by. We're going to, at about 4:40, we will have a presentation on taxes. Thank you.